What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Podcast, episode 292. I'm here with Griffin.
And I'm here with Adam.
And we're wishing in the Christmas year with me. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Trav's MIA.
What? We watched a fucking Christmas story? No.
A Christmas Story Christmas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, I love this movie.
Man, look,
I liked it.
A Christmas Story is widely considered a perfect Christmas movie.
It is, yeah.
Right? I mean, because it hits all those beats. It really captures, especially that time and place, you know, and for them to do something that took place during the 50s?
The first one was in the 40s.
In the 40s,
so this one will be, in
the 70s.
So, the inside of the house definitely looked like the 70s.
Yeah. I think this one was like 73 or something. It's like 30 years later, something like that. So, but that original Christmas Story really captures, and it's a timeless tale, man. You've got like everybody has been that kid where they want their version of the Red Ryder BB gun, and you see the obstacles that your family goes through to make Christmas happen when you're a kid, but you don't really think about it until you're an adult, until you're having to do all that.
I've always enjoyed the way that they do daydreaming on.
Oh yeah.
That's like the only movie that ever did it that way. We've all daydreamed, like
for sure. Yeah. But it's just like they captured it perfectly because it's so over the top, because when you daydream, it's over the top.
Of course, you always think that it's going to go the way you want it to go.
Yeah.
It's going to be the best. And then it happens. My mom used to say, don't get your hopes up. That's what she would say.
Yeah.
Dude, I texted Trav earlier. He said he was going to his dad's. And I said, well, hey, man, if he's got HBO Max down there, you got the login. I said, hop on there and watch that movie if you didn't watch it, because it's a good it's the perfect sequel.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, I like this just as much as I did that. The other one, of course, it's a classic, but you've seen it 1,000 times. Like I can play a small role in it.
Yeah.
But this one, the way they tied everything, and it made sense. Like that actor that played his dad died in like 2006.
Yeah.
And the mom was different, but this lady, I'm not mad at it. She plays a good mom character. She's always done that.
Well, she had her quirks and mannerisms down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in a big way.
Oh yeah.
Even the wife, like the additions to it, the wife, the kids, like it was great to see that. And like
Farkas, dude.
I
knew he was going to show up, and I was like, oh no. And I was like, he's going to be a good guy though.
Oh yeah,
like
he had to
changed him. But dude, when it cut to him, where it was like the older version of him and that dude laughing, he went, "Say uncle." That dude's voice sounds crazy. Like,
yeah, it does.
The fucking the Snowball Daydream.
Oh my god,
he's like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah,
it's like,
and I love how. Like, even in that flashback in particular, they had the tumbleweed, and you could see the line.
Yeah,
that was pulling. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, dude, it was so great. Like it was, and it hits a lot of the same beats that the original does, and that's what they did right, in my opinion. Like it was.
Well, it came full circle.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the original one, the story we heard was the story that he wrote because his dad died.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa.
It's like a prequel / yeah, exactly. Right. So, and I think that they took a lot of the inspiration from the guy that actually wrote the stories, because like there was a writer for like a newspaper or magazine that wrote short stories about his family.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I think they compiled it all into books, but whenever they got ready to do a Christmas story, they took like 4 or 5 of those stories that the writer, and compiled it into a Christmas story.
I think that's one reason it's so good, is it just seems so real. Like,
oh yeah,
we've all been there.
Yeah.
In those situations.
Yeah. It was just, and I'm glad that they kind of stuck to that same outline of the original
Yeah.
because it's so well
It
paced
is.
that, like, there's no reason to screw that up. They went
No.
through the whole thing, like, the same exact way, and it was great, man, like, and it was cool bringing the rest, like, everybody else back that was able to come back.
Dude, he's put the thing, he said, "Be back in 20 minutes, going to the ramp," and he's like, "The ramp? He would never do the ramp," you know?
Yeah,
Then you see it,
yeah.
it's like, "Oh my god." If I was there, I'd be like, "No way, dude.
He
You're
said
gonna
it was
get hurt."
a military experiment that they had to shut down. It's like, holy shit.
We going to the ramp.
Yeah.
Dude, what's crazy is how much the guy that plays Ralphie sounds like the guy that
Yeah.
did the voice when he was a kid.
Yeah.
You could tell the difference because I went back because I was like, the other guy's voice it's close.
Mhm. Yeah. I was reading on IMDb, so the guy that plays Ralphie spent so much time trying to make his voice
I see.
sound like, yes,
I
yeah,
see.
so that it
It
sounded
does.
faithful, and it did. He did a
Yeah.
great job, man, and
They
it's
even had a little
crazy.
extra bass to it to give it that.
Yeah, oh yeah, man, it was just
I fucking
it
loved
was
it, dude. It's
yeah,
almost like
and this
every
is
year, if you're gonna watch A Christmas Story, tack this
throw
on
this
right
one
behind
on.
it, man.
Yeah,
A nice little
exactly.
bow.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it, and I wanna, like, this is how you do a sequel, like, if they did a follow-up to, Christmas Vacation, right? This is you take the blueprint of Christmas Vacation, you put it from the perspective of the kids grown up, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's how you do it. That's how you do it right there. You make it, hit the same beats, over the top, the whole 9 yards, because, like, especially with Christmas movies, right? You want something that's familiar yet different, but more so familiar, and that's why it hits those beats. That's why, like, every time they release, a Rudolph movie or the Grinch movie, Mosier did that Grinch movie.
Yeah.
Still hit the same beats as the Jim Carrey
Oh, yeah.
Grinch and also the OG Grinch cartoon. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, but it was different enough where it could be its
Yeah.
own IP, at that point. But it was and I'm glad they got everybody back that they could.
Oh,
Even the brother.
yeah. That was him too.
Yeah. He's like, "I'm in India. I'm at the airport. What do
Yeah.
you want?"
He's like, "Well, she's had a cracker."
Yeah,
What?
she finally
She
said
finally
her
said
first
something.
word.
What did she say?
Yeah, she said one thing.
Was it his name?
What was his
Yeah.
brother's
I
name?
can't remember his name. But
But yeah.
and then when he hung the phone up, he looked at the camera and laughed.
Yeah,
It's like,
right.
yeah, like if I don't have brothers and sisters really like that, but I imagine, yeah, you kind of fuck with them like that. Oh, you're not gonna
That's
make
what
it. Oh well,
Yeah,
I don't know how we're gonna break it to them.
yeah. Oh, that's what I would do.
Yeah,
That's what I
you
already
got to
do. You
guilt
know what
trip
I
them.
mean? Oh, yeah,
They
for
do it to
sure.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a rite of passage. If you have siblings and you're close to them in that way, you have to dogpile on them as much as possible.
You have to.
Yeah. That's like my brother, works for the fire department, and because of, like, where his standing is based on seniority, there's sometimes that he can't show up to Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So, the amount of rumors that happen about him in particular
Mm-hmm.
that inevitably get
Yeah.
back to him at some point, you know what I mean? It's me, my other brother, my cousins, like, we just
Yeah.
dogpile on 'em. It just grows organically, you know? But yeah, man, I loved it. Like,
Yeah.
I just couldn't look away. I
I
was
loved it.
captivated.
As soon as
Yeah.
it went off, I was like, so I told Trav, I was like, look, don't miss this movie. I know
Yeah.
you ain't gonna be on the podcast. This is worth watching. Like, it kind of got me in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, me
And
too.
A
Yeah.
Christmas Story hadn't done that in a long time.
Yeah.
Because I've just seen it so much. I'm not saying that's a bad movie. I give that movie a star too.
Yeah,
I
for
love
sure.
I love the old man. Like,
Yeah.
like you watch these Christmas movies and they're, like these Hallmark movies. They don't have the grumpy old dad that's beating on the radiator downstairs.
No.
Like,
No. That's running them dogs off.
Yeah. I like that actor too.
Yeah.
Just about anything he's ever been in, but I wondered how they were going to do that because I was like, I'm pretty sure that dude's dead. And it was like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah.
They go home. And it was like, it was the best because it kind of hit those notes of a Hallmark movie. They go home.
Yeah.
You know, they have the big Christmas.
The town comes out
Yeah.
in support, you know. Like,
yeah, he steals the star for the mall scene.
Oh,
Same
yeah,
mall
that
too,
was
dude. You can see the columns. I like how at the end how they put the shot by shot.
yeah.
They completely recreated these scenes.
Yeah.
When he went up to the attic to, you know, start looking for the Christmas stuff, it's like, oh, now we're going to get into the memories. I would have
Yeah.
spent a little more time up there
Yeah.
with some of the items, but it had good pacing. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it was an hour and 44 minutes. Didn't even feel like it.
Nah, dude. Not at all. It was great, man. Like, there's
The
got to be
presents
one.
downstairs just happened to be what they wanted, you know?
I know, right?
Whenever he goes outside from the mall and he puts the sled and the easy bake oven in the trunk, I was like, those presents are going to get stolen or something. Like, well, I just remember the trunk kept opening.
Yeah.
It wouldn't stay shut. So I'm like, oh, you dummy. You thought about everything but that. Like,
Yeah. Which, I mean, in the 70s, you don't think somebody's going to steal presents out of
well,
somebody.
and
You
he's
know
in
what
a
I mean?
hurry.
Yeah.
His wife's over here. They're all, his wife and his mom's go over here laid up, getting drunk, getting sauced. Whenever he comes back and he's like, I got it all. They're like, he got it all. The whole bar starts cheering.
Yeah.
His wife points at this guy. She's like, he said he said you couldn't do it. He's like, you said I couldn't do it.
Whenever somebody would call the bar, that reminded me of The Simpsons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whenever somebody would call the bar.
Dude.
Yeah.
And everybody would stop and look around.
Yeah.
And whoever's name they call it, they'd start like shaking.
Yeah.
Like trembling in their booty. You know? Are you here? Okay, they're not here.
Yeah, we don't know.
Instant classic, dude.
Yeah, for
Tack
sure.
it right on the other one. I didn't think it was going to be any good, dude. Some big shoes to fill.
Yeah, and they did it. I don't think
they did it.
I don't think all those people would have agreed to come back if the story wouldn't have been, you know, top tier. So,
yeah, I wondered why the mom did. I think because she's still alive, but she's like 83. She may not be able to.
Yeah, she retired from acting.
Okay,
yeah, several years ago.
But the mom they got, she's played the mom in a few things. She's always a good mom.
Yeah.
She kind of dialed her nervous energy back than what she normally has, you know? Yeah. Normally she's just a lady.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't realize that Ralphie there had been continued acting. And
yeah, right.
Been in a ton of stuff.
Produced
Spider-Man.
And producing, you know?
Yeah.
Like produced a lot. Like he worked a lot in front of and behind the camera, which is crazy.
Realize that. Well, I've heard that name several times over the years, and I had no idea it was him.
Yeah. Well, that's the same way with Farkas too.
Yeah.
Unless Farkas has those braces and that fucking raccoon helmet
and
on,
the freckles.
That raccoon hat. Like you can't.
If he don't have that stuff on, he just looks like Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah,
you know?
He's gonna win the race. Yeah.
I didn't expect that voice to come out of him. I was like, "Whoa, dude, you should be doing voice acting."
Yeah, he's like,
a clean voice, like
yeah.
He does it like Dale Earnhardt Jr. though.
He really does. Dude.
I thought it was. I was like, "Oh, is that okay?"
Whenever we went that long with it, I thought that he was going to be the
kid's dad.
Well, the redneck kid that lives next door. I thought that was gonna, and he was gonna be like, and be like a cousin Eddie type.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just kind of bumming off of it. That's where I thought he'd show up at first.
I thought the kids on the snowmobile were his kids, which they were, because he talked about them. But I thought when they destroyed the snowmobile that he was going to roll up and be like, oh, you know, and then there's a showdown.
Yeah.
And then, you know, but it seems like, you know how like you'll see those people in life and it's like, why do they act the way they do? It's like, well, they never just got their ass kicked or anything.
Yeah.
Need a good ass whooping. Yeah. Scott Farker's got a good ass whooping.
Yeah.
In the 40s, and it straightened him out.
Yeah, upstanding citizen.
Dude, what movie did when they drive past the jail and he goes, you drove past, and he says, don't worry about it. And he's looking, they took that from a movie. And I couldn't figure out to save the life of me. But when it happened, I was like, this is from another movie.
Yeah.
Like Bad Lieutenant. It's from something.
It seems like a Clint Eastwood.
It could have been that.
The way it like.
But I've seen that in a movie
Harry
before, and it was the same. Like they shot it. Because he drives by, he looks at it, he goes, you passed the police station. And the way he looks in the rear view, and he's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And then he starts that, you know.
He's going to take me and he's going to shoot me.
Yeah. I'm done. So. Yeah. I'm dense, you know.
Man, it was so good. Yeah. It's getting the fucking Christmas star.
Loved it. Oh, dude. You have to have a star.
Yeah.
I didn't even thought about that, but I'm a star guy. Like,
yeah. He said, you said Santa wouldn't come unless there was a star on the tree. Like, did I say that?
Like, you said it.
Yeah. It's like, damn it.
The casseroles.
Oh my God, dude.
It's like the kids were looking at that turkey. It's like, we got to finish these casseroles. I'd be in there throwing those things out to those dogs. Like,
yeah, for
I ain't
real.
eating a bunch of mystery fucking casseroles. Like,
yeah.
I didn't even get to see who dropped it off.
Yeah. What's that one? Tuna. He's like, oh, this one's just mayonnaise. Okay.
Cooked mayonnaise.
Yeah. I'm good. You know, I'm good. But yeah, man, it was great. I really, really liked it a lot. And I'm excited to see how this holds up, because ever since we've been kids, there's always been one TV station that has played A Christmas Story for like 48 hours straight.
ABC Family Channel.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see if they'll put it in the rotation or not. Like they should. I think it's good enough where it should be.
It's on HBO.
Yeah.
This year.
That's true.
So
yeah.
But I think they could run them back to back.
I think so too, man.
It's a perfect sequel.
It is.
They didn't ruin it.
And that's hard. No.
It is very hard. But here's what happened, dudes. Whoever wrote/directed was involved in this movie. They grew up watching this movie. They knew how important it was.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, we all grew up watching.
Yes.
Came out in 83, so pretty much everyone has seen A Christmas Story at least 5 to 10 times.
Right. So the director of this directed the Angry Birds movie, The Christmas Chronicles, which is the one with the dude in it. God damn it, I can't think of his name. Then the Snoopy Presents for Auld Lang Syne. I don't know what that is. Snoopy Presents to Mom and Dad with Love, and then did this. So
did he write it?
Christmas stuff. No. So when you look at the writers for this, you have based upon the book In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash by Gene Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
Then the screen story by Nick Schneck and Peter Billingsley. Screenplay by Nick Schneck, and Clay Kaytis, who is the director.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy that wrote this wrote Gran Torino, The Judge, Narcos, Harley and the Davidsons, The Mule, Manhunt, Battle Ready, Cry Macho. Yeah. and then you've got the director was part of the writing team, and then they brought Peter Billingsley,
Okay.
Ralphie himself.
I think that Gene Shepard's the guy that created.
Yes.
See, and that's what it says. Like he did a radio show where he would come on and tell stories.
Yeah.
And it's like it's perfect.
Yeah. Born in 1921, died in 1999. Gene Shepard. So let's do a little background here. So after his military service, he began his broadcast radio career in 1945 in Hammond, Indiana. Began working in Cincinnati, blah, blah, blah. Print. Shepard wrote a series of humorous short stories about growing up in Northwest Indiana and its still towns, many of which were first told by him on his programs and then published in Playboy. The stories were later assembled into books titled In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash, Wanda Hickey's Night of Golden Memories and Other Disasters, The Ferrari in the Bedroom, and A Fistful of Fig Newtons. Some of those situations were incorporated into his movies and television fictional stories. He also wrote a column for the early Village Voice, a column for Car and Driver, numerous individual articles for diverse publications, including Mad Magazine, and introductions for books such as The America of George Ade, American Snapshots, and the 1970 reprint of the 1929 Johnson Smith catalog. So he wrote the short stories that were published in Playboy.
Yeah.
So, and then they assembled them into books, and God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash, Wanda Hickey's Night of Golden Memories and Other Disasters, in the Ferrari in the Bedroom, Fistful of Fig Newtons. So like, that's crazy. He told these stories on the radio.
Yeah.
In 1945.
Yeah, you just see everybody gathered around like that old style radio they had. You
Yeah.
know, we're talking.
Yeah.
Most people don't own a TV.
Yeah. See, now when you listen to the radio, which I know a lot of people don't, but now when you listen to the radio, you just have people, well, I read in the paper the other day that blah, 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 or I saw, this blah, 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 or that blah, blah, blah on the internet. No. Like back in the day, it's like, all right, let me tell you about my life.
Well,
let me tell you about my
podcast now,
childhood.
kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where the storytelling has gone.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the podcast.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I've seen My Summer Story before, long time ago. I didn't realize that was a sequel to A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until I just read that on here.
Which is crazy.
I just didn't even think about it, and it's Ralphie. Macaulay Culkin's brother that plays Ralphie in that one. I'll have to go back and peep that again. I mean, last time I saw it was probably in the 90s, like, it would have been around the time it came out, but.
I would love to see them take Peter Billingsley, right?
Yeah.
And do a series. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because they could take some of those other short stories that were written, because like My Summer Story was based on one of the short stories.
Yeah, just one of the summer.
Gene Shepard. Yeah.
Something happened in the summer, so yeah.
I would love it. Even if they did like movies with it, like get this cast of characters back together, and it be a thing where like he's telling the story to like his children, or he's writing the stories, and then you find younger versions of them, or something like that. Like they could definitely do something like that.
That motherfucker's face don't even look real, does it?
No.
It looks strange, doesn't it? Like, not in a bad way. It just doesn't. It's something with the eyes, man.
Yeah.
Like you look at him and it's like, that motherfucker looks like damn CGI'd or something.
Yeah.
I just don't remember Ralphie looking.
It's those blue
eyes are crazy looking, dude.
Yeah, right.
Well, in the camera they use, it always amazed me that how they were able to make a movie they made in 1983 look like it was filmed in the 40s. Sound, I think the sound was a big thing too, because of the way the microphone quality was kind of tinny.
Yeah.
Like not like this one. This one had the,
Yeah.
But yeah, a show on HBO Max, dude.
Yeah.
And then because what you could do is, some of the other stories, they're just small ones. So kind of link it all together.
Mhm.
I'd watch that.
Dude,
I'll definitely watch more.
the craziest thing about this though, like that I found interesting about this whole because he produced it, right? Peter Billingsley produced A Christmas Story Christmas, right?
Yeah.
You know who else is like who he's partnered with
No.
as part of their production company?
Ugh.
Vince Vaughn.
Wow. Wow. What do you mean?
Like they have a production company
Okay.
called
Let's see. There's
what's
Legendary. There's Wild West Picture Show.
Wild West
That's it.
Picture Show. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Peter Billingsley
Oh,
produced this movie with Vince Vaughn via their Wild West Picture Show
I
Productions.
see. The Dilemma, Couples Retreat,
Yeah.
The
It's like,
Internship. Wow.
how do how do those 2 guys know each other?
Well, he was like, I fucking saw you in A Christmas Story. She's really good. He was fucking. I
It's
really
like,
liked The Christmas Story
calm
when I was a kid.
down.
I really watched it a lot.
Yeah.
And
Calm down, you
then
know?
he hit it with that deep radio voice. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I mean, Vince Vaughn would have been awesome
Oh, yeah,
in the movie.
right.
He could have played somebody. Like,
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting because I knew about the, Wild West Picture Show Productions, didn't put 2 and 2 together with Peter Bill you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's fascinating,
Well,
man.
this movie is definitely on the list on IMDb. It claims this is their most popular movie.
I believe it.
Yeah. So they pushed to get this made.
Yeah.
Wow, Ralphie fucking pushed
Yeah.
and
And
delivered. Like,
how does this only have a 6.8 on IMDb?
I don't know. That's IMDb's trash when it comes to.
Yeah.
It's got sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but it's got a 89% on Google.
Yeah.
That's a little more my tempo.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
see
insane.
anyone that's a fan of A
Yeah.
Christmas
No.
Story. They're not going to dislike this movie.
No.
It's not going to happen.
Well, but we also have to think about the age of some of the critics now.
Yeah.
Probably don't understand.
Younger people maybe that grow up, or
Yeah.
even some of
Yeah.
the older people that
Yeah.
they just
Because
don't get it, man. Well, like the style, the way they do the prequels now or the sequels,
yeah.
you know.
I know that some of my younger cousins and family
Oh
members,
yeah.
what they equate A Christmas Story to is that Christmas movie that plays for 24 hours
Yeah.
during Christmas.
You're right.
They don't know what it's about. They don't care anything about watching it. It's like the cool thing to dismiss it,
Yeah.
whatever.
Shoot your eye,
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah. And I'm just like, get out of my face. Get some culture, you know?
Yeah.
So, But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a golden tree star for Trav too.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's gonna like. I mean, he ain't here, so technically we get to split his vote.
Yeah, so I'm
I'm
giving it a
going
star
for
and a half.
yeah. It's 3.
He has no way to defend himself. He's not here.
If we picked 10 stars, I'd give it 10. I mean, it was.
Yeah,
I was sitting
it was
there
that.
watching it, dude, and like halfway in, I was like, "This is fucking awesome!"
Yeah, like how
Like they
did they
fucking
pull
did
this
it,
off?
man.
Yeah, yeah,
So and it got me in the
incredible.
Christmas spirit, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Like
I was
I'm
ready to put the
ready.
tree up. Yeah,
Let's open some presents. Just shoot your eye out, kid. I like how they show the gun for a little split second, but they didn't like.
yeah,
So it's like the kid wants a sled. I was like, I guess
yeah,
that makes sense. It is the 70s.
yeah. Then he gets on one and breaks his arm.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
He hits that kid in the face with that snowball. It was like,
He
I
said, "I
thought one of them was
can't
going to
die, right?"
cuss.
Oh, well, he did. He
Did that
said
kid say the
fudge.
F word when he hit that?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Well, he never like
but
confronted him about it.
no, it was the '70s, a different
Yeah, I mean,
time.
it's like I probably would have said the same thing.
Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, we got a little bit of movie news if you want to peep that real quick.
yeah.
So John Krasinski says reprising Reed Richards' role in MCU is unlikely. Kevin Feige may have been playing to fan service by featuring John Krasinski as Reed Richards in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We shouldn't count on seeing the actor back in the role for the upcoming Fantastic Four movie. For years, Krasinski had said that he was open to playing that character, and many fans had just as long been campaigning for that to happen. There was a lot of hope that he'd be cast when it was announced that the Fantastic Four would be reimagined with another reboot set in the MCU, but Marvel first surprised fans with Krasinski playing a Reed Richards variant in Doctor Strange 2. No one has confirmed who plays any of the MCU's official Fantastic Four members, but Krasinski is casting doubts on his potential casting. In a new interview with The Wrap, Krasinski was asked directly if he had any continued discussions to reprise the role of Reed Richards in the MCU, perhaps for the Fantastic Four movie or elsewhere. The Jack Ryan star's response reveals that he hasn't been called at all by Feige and co. about more to do with Marvel, leading him to presume his appearance was a one-off, though he remains grateful for the opportunity. There aren't any discussions at all. The only discussion I had was actually in the second to last week of Jack Ryan. Kevin Feige called and said, "Would you ever fly to LA and play in our sandbox for a day?" I was honored to do it. I flew right from Budapest when we wrapped and went right to the Doctor Strange set. I'm a big fan of all those characters in that world, so to get to play in that sandbox for one day was a real thrill. Being honest, Krasinski admits he wasn't exactly thrilled with what happened to the Reed Richards variant he played in Doctor Strange 2, but still prefers having that cameo over no appearance in the MCU at all. It's totally insane to be in a room with all those people, and again, to be a part of that narrative is crazy. But yeah, being turned into spaghetti wasn't my end goal in life as far as how it goes in the Marvel universe, but what it but you know what it was fun nonetheless. But here's the thing. We're not going to get Fantastic Four for I think it was
Yeah,
2025,
they pushed it back even more.
2026. Yeah. And they haven't started filming it. They're probably still working on writing it. You know, the original director was going to be Watts, I believe, who was the director for the Spider-Man movies, and he backed out. So they're trying to find. I don't remember if they found a
I haven't
director.
heard yet.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of irons in the fire. But here's the thing, though. Krasinski in this article alone, and I'm sure he made it very apparent to everybody that he spoke to at Marvel that if they want him to come back as Reed Richards, he will gladly do so.
Well,
Right?
dude, remember he said the same thing when they asked him if he was going to be in Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
said he wasn't playing Reed Richards,
yeah. So I mean,
which is what he's saying now. I mean,
yeah. So I mean, he may like that's the thing. He can sit there and they can ask him about it all day long.
sure,
But
he can.
until
Yeah.
until that trailer
Yeah.
drops for Fantastic Four and it shows the face behind Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what fucking Charlie Cox went through. Dot, dot, dot,
Yeah.
dot, dot, you know, for the Daredevil appearance.
Like he's
And he
still
wasn't
doing
even
it. Sometimes he'll even know
Yeah.
if he can answer. He's like,
Yeah,
the show's been announced.
right.
He's like, I'm not in it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, right.
are you going to be in
It's
the season 2 of She-Hulk? But you're banging her.
Yeah.
So
Am
hit it and
I?
quit it.
Yeah.
Nah.
So, I mean, the reality of him actually showing up is still pretty likely. I mean,
Yeah.
I
What did
I
they
know
think
that.
was going to happen when they put him in there? You know what
Well,
I mean?
I
You knew
mean,
that people were
yeah,
going to be like, want more.
yeah, and that's what's crazy because there's like in Loki, it gives you the idea of like there's different variants to these characters. Um, so it can be different versions, different races, different sexes.
Yep.
But then then whenever you go into certain universes, you have like copies. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But it's just a little bit different. So they haven't really established. I mean, they've kind of established like, okay, if you go to this MC like this universe, it could be an alligator, Mr.
Yeah.
Fantastic, you know, or it could
Well,
be
maybe the one that we get, because that one was killed. The
Yeah.
one we get doesn't have a beard.
Oh, that would be cool.
You know what I mean?
I kinda like the beard, though, I'm
The
not
beard's
gonna lie, you
cool.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
I think
think
it should be bigger.
he had it because of he's
Jack
also
Ryan?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he came straight from there with it. But I've
Yeah.
seen didn't Reed Richards had a beard, right? So
Yeah, at
yeah.
some point, yeah, so but, yeah, I mean, like I said, we don't know what's gonna happen or what the sitch is, but,
Yeah.
I'm not upset by it, and I'm not gonna discredit anything from happening at this point.
Nah,
I
nah.
mean yeah, exactly, so next up here, Deadpool 3 will be raw, gritty, grounded, says Sean Levy, the director. So Deadpool 3 will be the first entry in the series that is a part of the MCU, which raised concerns about whether the movie will be an R rating. So far, every MCU film has received at most a PG-13 rating, so naturally fans wondered if Deadpool 3 will follow suit. The film's director, Sean Levy, has quelled these concerns and confirms that Ryan Reynolds' next stint as the foul-mouthed ninja will be just as bloody and mature as previous entries. While talking with Collider, Levy confirmed our rating and says pre-production has been a blast. We are writing, rewriting, developing, prepping Deadpool every day now. It is such a blast to laugh every day. It is so delicious to hear and write and come up with these scenes where people are just talking foul and the violence is in your face and hardcore, and it's very much a Deadpool movie. And it has Logan in it, and it has Wolverine in it. It's too fun. I'm having so much fun, and I haven't even hit the shooting floor yet. I have to say, developing a Deadpool movie is one of the most fun creative experiences of my life because it's not just that it's rated R, it's that it's so filled with self awareness, and that makes in writing very, very fun in a way that is unique to the franchise. Previously, it was confirmed that Hugh Jackman would reprise his role as Wolverine for Deadpool 3, despite having intended Logan to be his last Wolverine film. It was Ryan Reynolds' idea to bring back Wolverine in the first place, and he had bothered Jackman for months about it before he agreed. Um, Deadpool 3 isn't set to release until November of 2024 and is currently in pre-production, but filming will begin soon. When asked whether they were on track to begin filming in May of next year, Sean Levy affirmed the date on or about yep. The truth is, the more diligently CG heavy a movie is, the longer time you need in post. But obviously, it's the first Deadpool movie in the MCU. There's going to be no lack of visual effects. But it's also a North Star priority for Ryan and I to keep Deadpool raw, gritty, grounded, in the way that those movies have been and that all of us love. So, with that being said, man, I'm excited. I'm glad they're keeping it faithful to it. Um, and it's good to know that like the director and everybody else is having such a good time just working on the story and the ideas for it.
Yeah.
So that gives me a lot of hope. You know what I'm saying?
To hear that they're all on the same page.
Yeah,
You
right.
know?
Yeah. Because like being part of a collaborative effort, like there's a couple of different schools of thought there, but like the thing that inevitably works out the best is whenever you and creative partners can not poo-poo somebody else's idea,
Yeah, build off
but
of it.
build
Help
yeah,
each other. Like,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't gatekeep.
No, dude, fuck that.
Gatekeeping
And
is
that
gay.
I mean, it is. So, but yeah, man, that's great to hear, and I'm excited. I can't wait to see what they do with Wolverine in it. You know, like it's gonna be a great time. And to keep it R-rated, that means that they're gonna open the door to potentially have other R-rated Marvel movies that are gonna be canon. Um, so that's gonna be great. And that gives me hope for Daredevil. They don't have to make Daredevil R-rated, but it does need to be violent, you
Yeah.
know?
And they've
So
proved to us here lately that they can do.
oh, yeah, with, Werewolf by Night and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, especially with that one. I didn't even think about that one,
Yeah,
but dude, that's
and
how
then
you know though,
Blade.
when you get some writers and some creators that can come in, like when you can let someone else's idea shine and
Yeah,
not be that person that shuts down everyone's idea because you want yours to be the one that made it.
yeah,
That's how you know when you have
yeah.
like you gotta be willing to put your motherfuckers out, dude.
That's my favorite way to work with people, man. If
Yeah.
somebody says like, "Oh, I've got this idea for something," and I can hear that idea and say, "What about this?"
Yeah.
And then that person go, "Wait a
Just
minute.
start building off of it, man.
Yeah, give me 5 minutes, I'll be right back." And they
Yeah.
come back with a fucking masterpiece, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
To me, that's more fulfilling for me as an individual than, like, "Fuck your idea. I'm gonna, like, do something completely," you know what I mean? Like, so,
Yeah.
but yeah. It's gonna be great, man, I'm excited. So moving over from the good news of the MCU, let's talk about some other interesting news from the Star Wars world. Star Wars Rogue Squadron reportedly canceled due to Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins. Wow. Who would have fucking known?
This is good
Following
news
the
too. Like
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, following the sudden cancellation of Wonder Woman 3 and the reported details that director Patty Jenkins was largely to blame, an insider has claimed that the Wonder Woman filmmaker was also the reason that the prospective Star Wars spinoff Rogue Squadron did not go ahead. Coming courtesy of the Hot Mic with Jeff Schneider and John Roca, Star Wars Rogue Squadron was a mess with Jenkins, the reason why the project ultimately stalled. I've heard some things about Patty Jenkins. I've heard she's a nightmare. I'm sorry, I hate to be the guy who's calling a woman a name. I get it. Oh my god, but listen. I've said that about countless male directors too. I've heard that everything that she turned in with Wonder Woman 3 was like, a mess. I heard that Star Wars Rogue Squadron was a mess. While Schneider is somewhat hesitant to reveal these details, he states that he has heard Jenkins is not at all easy to work with behind the scenes, and that much like reports regarding Wonder Woman 3 have claimed, her work on Star Wars Rogue Squadron was not in line with what the studio wanted to see. Rogue Squadron would have introduced a new generation of starfighter pilots as they earn their wings and risk their lives in a boundary-pushing, high-speed thrill ride and move the saga into the future era of the galaxy. While the project had been described as an original idea, it was assumed that the movie would have taken inspiration from a series of arcade-style action video games of the same name, which began in the late 90s for Nintendo consoles. Ultimately, after months of development, Star Wars Rogue Squadron was removed from the Disney release schedule earlier this year. President of Lucasfilms Kathleen Kennedy has also confirmed that Rogue Squadron has been pushed off to the side. So, while this project is not completely dead, it is unlikely to happen anytime soon or have Patty Jenkins at the helm. So,
But her
and
dad
that's
was a fighter pilot.
who gives a fuck?
Remember that video? Her
Yeah, of
standing
course.
next to the jet, had the helmet. My father was a fighter pilot.
Yeah,
It's
good
like,
for
you
him.
ruined Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it goes to show you that, like,
all of that was built off that first movie and its feedback. When that second
yeah,
movie came out, they were second guessing themselves.
oh yeah, and because people didn't want to see that first movie for what it was, a gigantic pile of shit. Like, I'm sorry, that original
If that
Wonder
movie would
Woman,
have come out 10 years before when it did, the
it would
reviews
have
would
been
have been
fine.
different.
Yeah,
I'll just say
it
that.
would have. Yeah, exactly. And not only that, but like the original Wonder Woman movie does have some redeeming qualities about it. I will say
Sure.
that.
It's better than for the second one for sure, dude.
Yes, yes. But that doesn't make it a good movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
by any stretch of the imagination, it doesn't make it a good movie. So, this is what happens whenever you let the current culture of the world dictate what's good and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. I mean, we've seen countless movies that are just dog shit, regardless of who the director is, what sex they are, who they identify as. It doesn't matter. A movie is a movie is a movie is a movie. And if it's a shit movie, then it's going to continue to be a shit movie regardless of who makes it. And you can't will these good movies into existence by saying, oh, this person's attached to it or this specific gender's attached to it. You can't do that. A terrible story is going to be a terrible story regardless. So, with that being said, look at where we are. Wonder Woman 3 is on indefinite hiatus at this point, especially with Gunn and Safran trying to get all their priorities straightened out. Which I'm sure that when they read the script for it, they're like, "Yeah, this really is shit, and we probably shouldn't go ahead with it." So we're going to use the idea of like, well, we're kind of like redoing the DC. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so, and then like it's kind of ballsy that Kathleen Kennedy's just like, yeah, we're not going to go ahead with this because
Yeah.
but
Well,
I'm not.
and it says under that, I don't want to get into the article, but it says that Warner Brothers still wants to make Wonder Woman 3. We'll see.
Yeah.
How about you
And I
just
think
put her in something?
Yeah.
She got
And
a
look,
movie.
I like Wonder Woman.
Sure.
I've always liked Wonder Woman as a character. And I think that there can be some really good original movies that are released with Wonder Woman as being the central figure. But you're going to have somebody that thinks outside the box a little bit and like having like why does she have to have a
Mm-hmm.
love interest? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and you have to kind of treat her like you treat Superman. Like you're going to have someone that's bigger and badder. And I thought the idea of her fighting a god like Ares in the first movie was
Mm-hmm.
really, really cool. But that turned into shit so much. Like, she
Yeah.
defeated him with the power of love, dude. That's not what I want to see a superhero do, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Speaking of DC and James Gunn responds to DCU rumors. Some of it is true, some of it is half true, some of it is not true. So the good thing about James Gunn is he's very active on Twitter. And then he doesn't mind replying to people on Twitter to kind of give a little insight of where his headspace is with this developing the DCU. So, recently appointed co chairman and co CEO of DC Studios, James Gunn, has responded to the cavalcade of rumors regarding the DC universe, courtesy of a recent report by the Hollywood Reporter. Taking to Twitter, Gunn, who is best known for directing the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise for Marvel and Suicide Squad for DC, offered further insight into what is happening behind the scenes as he and producer Peter Safran attempts to renew the franchise. So as for the story yesterday in the Hollywood Reporter, some of it is true, some of it is half true, some of it is not true, and some of it we haven't decided yet whether it's true or not. Gunn begins by revealing that what has been reported, including the surprise cancellation of Wonder Woman 3, Henry Cavill's future as Superman, The Rock's Black Adam sequel, and Aquaman star Jason Momoa reportedly leaving the superhero role behind in favor of the anti hero and intergalactic bounty hunter Lobo is partially true, partially half true, partially not true, and some of it we haven't decided whether it is or not. But ultimately, Gunn asked fans to be patient, explaining what everyone should already know that planning out a decade's worth of movies takes a while, especially when you are building from the somewhat unstable foundations of the DCU. Gunn states that both he and Peter Safran decided to lead the DCU moving forward, knowing we were coming into a uh, fractious environment, both in the story being told and in the audience itself. Understandably, the temptation to create a shared universe involving some of the most beloved, iconic comic characters in history vastly overtook any concerns that they initially had. But in the end, the drawbacks of that transitional period were dwarfed by the creative possibilities and the opportunity to build upon what has worked in DC so far and to help rectify what has not, Gunn explains. So, I mean, it's funny because I remember when this Hollywood Reporter article came out and they're like, Wonder Woman 3 is not happening. And Jason Momoa is not going to be playing Aquaman. He's going to be playing Lobo. And Henry Cavill is not going to be playing Superman. And if he does, it's going to be a different suit. Like, I remember when this article came out, and it's nice that he got on there and he's like, look, Hollywood Reporter can suck a dick,
Yeah,
right?
they don't know what the
Here's,
fuck's happening.
yeah. Here's the facts of the situation. Okay. We're working through this shit. Bear with us. Because whenever we have a plan laid out and we have everything lined up like dominoes, then you'll know what the future is.
Dude, he's super transparent about everything he does.
Yeah.
He's
There's a lot of people that
always
could
on
take
Twitter,
note.
dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Commenting on shit, telling people stuff. Like, I'm excited that it's him.
Yeah. Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Like,
and even if he's trolling on some of it, I don't care. Because it's nice to have someone that's that excited and that passionate about it, you know?
Well, we needed it. They've needed a Feige for a while over there.
Yeah, for 10
sure,
years.
there's other guys involved with him, but let's face it, he's kind of the face.
Yeah.
Of it, at least online, you know.
Yeah.
He about to get Gandhi'd.
You never want to get Gandhi, dude.
Yeah.
Well, if you do your job right, you won't get Gandhi.
Exactly.
You know? So there's that. So, but yeah, he knows. Like they know what they're doing over there. They've seen what works and what doesn't work. And I mean, it would be in his best interest to capitalize on and look at everything from a logical standpoint, right? Because like if you look at how the audience reacted to Batman v Superman and the knee-jerk reaction that happened because of that with Zack Snyder and the Justice League movie, that led us into the state that we're currently in.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be movies that I don't like every single Marvel movie that comes out.
There's a few I haven't watched.
Yeah, they're not all made directly towards
the shows.
me.
I don't watch everything that's Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah.
Some stuff you pick and choose, man. I mean,
exactly. So if there's stuff that you don't like about the DCU, because I mean, nobody can sit there and tell me that they didn't get Superman right. They didn't get Wonder Woman right. They didn't get Batman right, because in Batman v Superman and the Snyder Cut of Justice League, they perfectly captured those characters. Yeah, they were a little bit darker. Yeah, they were a little bit more like, real life like. You know what I mean? Like they weren't as fantasy based as like the comics and everything, but like he captured the spirit of that, and then it all went away. Even Aquaman, the Aquaman movie was great, so there's good stuff happening. Everybody just needs to take a step back, breathe, understand that everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, give them a chance. I mean, that's some big shoes to fill, man. Like,
absolutely.
You got to take your time, And he's already proved himself that he can handle
both.
Yeah. Marvel and the DCU.
Yeah.
I can't wait for more Peacemaker. I hope that continues.
I know, right? Yeah. So last up here, this is more James Gunn news. Gunn is well known for shutting down various rumors when engaging with followers on Twitter. For that reason, his recent response to a question asking whether there will be any kind of Justice League Dark Universe coming to the rebooted DCU, Gunn's response was rather telling in its lack of denial. There have been many changes recently, of course. This has included the cancellation of many popular long-awaited movies and TV shows, and only a small hint about what could be coming in the next few years. Once the known run of movies, including Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom and The Flash, are done and gone. However, James Gunn has continued to be his usual forthcoming self on social media, where he has continued to regularly respond to questions about his new role at DC Studios, as well as his upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 swan song at Marvel Studios. While Gunn has spent a lot of time recently bluntly shutting down rumors like the return of Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern and more, when asked about the possibility of Justice League Dark existing in the live-action franchise, the writer-director was rather vague in his reply. He simply said, "Why not?" Coming from someone who has no issues giving a flat-out no when asked about including certain groups and characters in his movies, there is almost a confirmation that we will see a combined Justice League Dark universe appearing at some point in the future. So, I thought that this was interesting. Justice League Dark is something I haven't read it yet, but I do want to read it in a big way. So Justice League Dark is like Constantine. You've got Dead Man. You've got Swamp Thing. You know, you've got all these like supernatural-esque characters that kind of form their own superhero team called Justice League Dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before Snyder got canned and the whole Batman v Superman thing happened, there was a very, very interesting director that was working on Justice League Dark, Guillermo del Toro.
Oh.
Now, I don't like the fish fucking movie, but I do like what he did with Hellboy and like Pan's Labyrinth and all that stuff. And I thought that if anybody could bring this supernatural, like horror-esque element to the DC universe, who better to do it than him? You know?
He can capture weird.
Exactly. So whenever that come out, I was like, this is perfect, man.
Yeah.
Like that would be a perfect. And then of course, whenever the Martha thing happens and the Batman v Superman thing happens, they shut all that shit down. They don't want to. And of course, Guillermo del Toro was probably wanting to do some really over the top shit.
Oh yeah, he was like, "Come, your turn now, James."
Yeah,
be confident.
So I think that like maybe James Gunn and Guillermo del Toro will strike up this conversation in the future where like, hey, let me read the script that you had for Justice League Dark. Let's kind of factor in.
Well, it's probably laying around there.
Exactly.
They got the files.
Yeah. So I would be very like, if they bring Guillermo del Toro back on to do this, I would be so happy with it. And if they brought the guy, like I know that they're not going to bring Keanu Reeves back to play Constantine in this, but if they brought the guy that played Constantine in the CW stuff, which I don't know if they'll do that or not, but he was perfect in my opinion as Constantine, as the British version of Constantine. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So they could bring him over. They could do Swamp Thing like they did Man Thing on Werewolf by Night. You know, completely CGI, big badass. Like they could make it happen, and that makes me very excited and interested for something like that in the future. Like I think it's a good idea, and like the article said, he's been notorious for being like, "Yeah, we're not doing that," or "No, we're not going to use that character." Like, or he's been like, "Never say never," and then you know. So I'm just saying, it's fun to think about.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it says Discovery for many years in a number of forms. No, the Supernatural team were first discussed as a Guillermo del Toro directed movie, but creative differences and numerous delays saw that attempt fall apart. In its wake, J.J. Abrams seemed to be taking over, redeveloping the project as a combined TV and movie universe. However, those plans seem to have gone south when HBO Max Constantine and Madam X series were both scrapped as part of this year's overhaul of the DC franchise. So maybe they'll bring him back, dude. I'd be okay with it.
Yeah. I'm sure he'd be open to it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that thing on Netflix, which I haven't watched any of it.
Anthology thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people talking about it online.
It looks very Guillermo.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
The first thing I watched by him was that Pan's Labyrinth movie, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Like, yeah, it's crazy, right?
That ending, too? Like,
yeah.
Whoa. Talk about going dark.
Yeah.
But it was good. That thing with the eyes in its hands.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was just like, what the fucking.
I need to rewatch. I haven't watched that movie in so long.
Do you make Marina watch it?
Yeah.
If she's ever seen it. Definitely not, right?
Yeah, probably not, you know. But yeah, that's all the movie news that I saw. You know, there's some good things a brewing.
I did see where they said something about they had planned on making another Justice League movie. And then when these Warner Brothers CEOs got together, it was pushed back or shut down. And it's like, well, let's get our feet under us before we spend $200 million on another big movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot that we can do to build up to that.
Yeah. especially when, like,
But it was on the table.
I mean,
a sequel. Oh yeah,
I want to see the sequel that Snyder has in
I
mind.
think. Oh, that's got to be it. I mean, you can't do it any
Yeah,
other way at this point.
no,
Um, if you're not gonna let Snyder come in and direct it, you might as well just mark it 0 on the reviews.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, right.
is
De- Definitely don't bring fucking Joss Whedon back.
that dude's done.
Yeah,
They ain't never
it's
gonna let
fun.
him make another movie.
It's funny how he was like all that came out about him, and he was one of those people that was like, "If you don't like women, then fuck you,"
Oh
you
well,
know. And
he was also like, didn't he mistreat the
oh yeah,
black
Gal
guy?
Gadot, and yeah.
Like, I mean, how does he not get canceled?
I
You know?
mean, yeah, because he thought he was untouchable, dude.
Uh,
He thought he was Sean Connery in The Untouchable.
yeah, dude. All you did was make Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Dude, that shit wasn't that good. Like,
Yeah, right. Give
come
me a
on.
fucking break.
The Nevas
Never.
ends. He's got that show on HBO Max.
Yeah.
They pulled it.
Did
Telling you.
they?
Yep, season 2 pulled.
Wow.
They canceled Westworld. Westworld's been going for like 6 or 7 seasons though. They really should have canceled that one around 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's done.
Yeah. It's good.
But yeah,
Yeah, man.
we got some
It's
trailers.
we do, man. This first trailer looks very
I don't know, dude. It's the same company that
interesting.
did Neon Demon, ain't it?
Yeah, it's got Alexander Skarsgård and Mia Goth in it.
The reason I saw an ad for it, either on
Ooh.
Twitter or something, but it was just an ad of her screaming. And I was like,
Yeah.
it was like, check out
What
the
in
new
the
Mia Goth horror
A24?
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah,
saw the
right.
film company, I was like, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Ready? All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Infinity Pool. Oh, that's that guy
Yeah,
from
that's
that
Alexander
Made to Love
Skarsgård.
show. That's who that is? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not him. She's interested. A fucking man in black out here. He looks different with the hair.
Yeah.
He said what he said.
What?
They're cloning. This is the fucked up version of Multiplicity.
Yeah.
The fuck is happening, man?
I don't know.
That's the scene I saw. It's like, what's that? I'm adding that to the list.
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
Oh, Brandon Cronenberg? That's Cronenberg's son, right?
Whoa. Gotta be.
So, I mean, of course it's going to be fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
Kaleidoscope.
Looks like what's that portal? Stargate.
Stargate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think of Stargate when I see something. He's going back. Look at me, Stargate. That's fucking...
With confidence.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. It's your turn now. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
3, 2, 1, play. It's got Gustavo.
Ooh.
Dirty bombs. I bet it's the British, isn't it? Yeah. Be easier to rob if we could fucking see. I already like it.
Look at me, Hector.
Oh, it's a series. Look at this vault. It looks like that thing that Professor X would go into.
Yeah. Cerberus or whatever.
Yeah. 7 billion?
Whoa. Worth going to jail over, you know?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Looks pretty good. Seen that guy in something here recently. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the Suicide Squad. I'm going to go see. All right.
It looks pretty good, though. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Yep, he was in Suicide Squad. I don't know who he played in it because I can't see. I don't like the way the IMDb works now.
Yeah, I know.
You got to click the
It's so dumb.
Captain Boomerang. Who that guy
Oh,
was. Yeah. I knew he was in something. I was like, Suicide Squad? Captain motherfucking Boomerang. What we got here?
White House Plumbers?
It looks like in Bruges, but that ain't him, is it? Can't be. Nah, it ain't him.
He transforms, dude. I don't know. You know, like
he looked like the fucking penguin. He was like, that's the dying, you know? All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
He transforms, dude.
He does.
Oh, it's Woody.
Watergate.
Oh, shit.
Gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Anytime Nixon's involved. It's funny because they got caught. Hillary Clinton was one of the lawyers on that.
I mean, he's playing E. Howard Hunt. Holy shit. Okay. I kind of want to watch it.
They were supposed to release when Trump was in office. He signed some stuff before he left that was going to make them release the JFK stuff.
Yeah,
And they released some of it, but then it got pushed back until like this month, and they've pushed it back again.
Of course they have.
Well, it clearly says in there that the CIA was in on it.
Right. Yeah.
They buried the documents from it. They wanted to make sure that anybody that was involved would be dead and gone.
Yeah.
By the time that it came out. Oh.
Yeah.
What we got here? It's real.
Spider-Man. Yeah, right. Is this the first trailer? I think it is, right?
The new one.
Yeah,
The new
yeah.
one. Yeah, I haven't seen a trailer yet. I haven't seen the other one. Not because I'm a hater. I just haven't watched it.
Yeah,
I heard it's really good.
Yeah, same.
Oh, you got another one.
Shit, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. I do like the frame rate of this animation style.
Yeah.
It's like they gave it a. Normally, animation doesn't have 23,
Yeah.
24 frames.
It's like stop motion almost.
Yeah, it gives it like a film.
Yeah.
Okay, needless to say, I keep it in check.
Yeah. You already know, dude.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
That's some multiverse shit, huh?
Yeah.
That's Foxy Cleopatra.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Hey,
Okay.
hey,
Okay.
hey.
Looks pretty good though. I might have to watch the other one.
Yeah, I need to watch. I always forget about it. I'm like, wait, Sony did the Spider-Man thing that didn't suck? Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just joshing.
Just dodging on them though.
I don't know what this is.
The drop.
Gotta have them enabled. You have them enabled.
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Play the gringo music.
Gringo music.
It's La Cucaracha. It's the chick from Workaholics.
What?
Did she just drop that kid?
I think so. Wow.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Was this directed by Larry David?
It's the Duplass brothers are the guy from the League, right?
Oh.
Hmm.
The League is such a great show.
Yeah. It looks dry, dude.
Yeah.
If it got any drier, it would catch on fire.
I gotta go in here and turn my humidifier on just to watch it. Like,
oh my god,
that's how dry.
Yeah, dude.
Tell you what's funny, man, is I dropped that Infinity Pool movie.
Yeah.
In the movie list. I've been commenting that YouTube video on every trailer we've watched.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, check it out, bro.
I've gone back in. I looked down a minute ago and I was like, what the fuck is it? Just a link. I'm like, oh.
The Seven Faces of Jane? Jillian Jacobs?
I like
Okay.
me a little Jillian Jacobs.
Yeah.
Was it Britta?
Yeah.
Her name? Or was that the other one?
I think that was her name, right?
Oh, Britta. We'll find her.
More harder.
Oh, brittle, bone, brittle. All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, and it's he's in it too. Are they not going to put his name up there?
This shot like a 90s movie.
Yeah.
By 8 different directors?
Was that Andy Serkis?
I think so.
It sound like him. So this has definitely got to have Zach Braff in it, right?
Yeah.
Interesting song choice.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's got a whole bunch of writers and directors. One of them being the person that did Alpha Dogs, which was a good movie.
Yeah. That makes me interested in checking it out. Like, is it going to be just a series? One of them's Ken Jeong.
Oh.
Jillian Jacobs is one of them. So it makes me wonder if it's going to be like short stories, like an anthology thing with one character, or if all these writers and directors are like trying to make a cohesive story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, here, everybody take a part.
Yeah. So, okay. I'm interested though. And it's got Jillian Jacobs in it. So, you know. We got some more Adam Driver. He's coming in strong. He's got that movie and
The
the
Netflix one.
White
Yeah.
Noise, yeah, which I wanna watch,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so and this is a sci-fi flick?
Yeah, it's some kind of teaser. I couldn't get a
Is it
full.
Star Wars?
Uh,
Oh, okay. Just I didn't know.
all
I'm ready, though.
right, 3, 2, 1, play. It looked interesting. I guess they're gonna
What
drop
about
the trailer tomorrow.
oh. Oh, the writers of A Quiet Place?
Yeah.
Okay.
This movie just came out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah, right. What the fuck? Okay. Is this our one?
oh yeah.
I'm super excited, dude. Like, super excited for this.
Yeah, dude. I've looked at so many now that I get recommended. And they're always crazy. The ones that recommends,
Yeah.
I keep bookmarking them. Yeah, I pulled this one because it just had that vibe.
Oh, that's the kind of vibe I like, though.
Yeah. All right, you
You
ready?
know? Oh, yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. He's wearing underwear.
The fuck?
Uh huh.
All the bombs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they just beat people with sticks. Like,
Right.
you stole bread because you're hungry? And you beat your feet. There's like 3 different movies
Yeah.
going on in this movie.
Mashed.
Like, yeah.
Look at this dude.
He's like super cop.
I like how they put the stunt man and the choreographer. Look, oh, dude.
Oh, now he's got a
He's
sledgehammer.
got a sledge. Yeah. He's going to knock this fucking building down with his bare hands and the sledgehammer. What the fuck? Offer.
Yeah.
I mean,
It takes a
it
turn
does.
there because it kind of goes into the love story. Then it's like, what's happening here? But then it goes back into just
Yeah, him
a
getting his ass
badass cop
beat.
with a stick, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It's fucking walking tall.
Yeah. Carry a big
He's like,
stick,
I am
dude.
Indian Buford Pusser. That's the guy though that it's like my fucking computer's messed up. He sticks his head up out of that car with that stick, Mr. Griffin.
I'm like,
You know?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Mr. Griffin. Alice, darling.
Look
It's
at
got
that.
Anna Kendrick.
That comment.
Which one? The top one?
Gaslighting the movie.
It was a matter of time. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah. Should just call it that. It might pull more views.
Yeah, right.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Gaslighting the movie. It's the chick from Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
Seen her in a few things. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Did a good job on that show. What? Just came up. Something's going on here. But I don't know what it is, you know?
Yeah.
They're acting weird. Oh.
Okay.
You have to choose. Girl, you need to get a restraining order.
Yeah.
Then why are you crying? Creep Show 2.
I mean, I might check it out. I'm going to show Marina and be like, if you don't start acting right.
My beautiful girl.
Yeah, my
Hello,
beautiful
darling.
girl. Yeah. I knew I would find you here, my beautiful
Yes.
girl.
Yes, be confident. Be confident.
Yeah. She's like, what the fuck? I'm like, don't worry about it. My beautiful girl. Bob Odenkirk, dude. He's back. Life upside down. Isn't that just regular life?
Yeah, right. I heard they're doing another Mr. Nobody. What was it called? Something Nobody.
Yeah, nobody.
That
Yeah.
was it.
I haven't
Everyone's
watched
on
that yet.
one. It's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, it's in the
Silly goose little
list.
time. But yeah, let's peep this.
Yeah,
Says
let's
it's a
peep it, baby.
comedy.
Gotta be.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Does he dress like that?
So
Every
I'm
now and
guessing
then it's like they used a webcam.
I'm thinking they filmed it at their own homes during the
Okay.
pandemic,
That
maybe?
makes sense. You could tell by the shots that like that,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the way that he's laying in the bed. I was like, is this his webcam? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, where we lived, we could still go outside. Like,
yeah, right.
okay.
That looks kind of depressing.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't really look as funny as maybe I'll
It
kill
don't look like a
myself after it's
comedy.
over.
Like,
Yeah, right. Like, yeah. So
uh,
we'll see.
what are we gonna watch next week?
I've got an idea.
Uh-huh.
There's a movie that's a Christmas movie that a lot of people don't consider it a Christmas movie whenever they're watching it because, it's just one of those things. You know what I'm saying?
Die Hard?
Well, I mean,
No, but what do you got?
I was going to say Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh, I'm down to watch it.
I mean, it's been a
Been a
while.
while, yeah.
Yeah. Gay Perry. I
Yep.
mean, come on, dude. It's been too long for real. So, but yeah, Travis isn't here, so he don't get no say so.
Yeah.
he just
No,
has
I
to
just
do
said
it.
I think we've already watched Die Hard.
I watch it every
Surely.
year, so I don't
Pretty
remember
sure
if
we
we've
have,
done it on
huh?
the pod or not.
But yeah, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
All right, man. Well, I guess the check's on the mail.